Greetings, everybody. It's me, Knight, and I'm quick with another story talking about the goddesses and the feminines I work with and why I do what I do, and y'all might relate. I don't know if it's many masculines or other women, feminine energy out here talking about certain things I'm about to bring up, but I'm about to tell y'all something. So check this out. Nowadays, the feminine is rising, of course, right? And so I made a video showing homage to Hecate, the Dark Mothers, and a lot of these energies. And some of these things are now mainstream, right? And I've been telling people, like, I've always felt connected to these energies before they've become and what they are now, blown up. As y'all know, Hecate, I have a little one here and I have a bigger statue of her. And we know Isis, this is like typically known, right? But for me, when I am looking to the divine feminine and trying to figure out what's working with me, what works with my soul in this life and also past incarnations, I go all the way back, like all the way back. So I don't know if y'all heard about this goddess, right? In ancient Anatolia, which is Turkey, right? They had this great mother goddess sit at the throne, right? Some call her Kababa or Kaibali, right? So boom, this is what I'm talking about. Some of you guys may find this. This is the heavy set woman. She has the lions, because lions were significant back in the day. This is her. This is real. This is from Turkey, right? Whether y'all can get this online or not, I don't know. I just know where I got it, from Turkey, right? Hand sculpted, a replica of what you would see in a museum. I'm not joking when I'm talking about I'm really infatuated with learning about the feminine energies and the ancient things we used to do back in the day. All humans, no matter what culture. I don't get caught up in what I look like. So look, boom, this is she. Also, we have Venus of La Salle. This was found in southern France. This is prehistoric, right? So this is supposed to be like a bison horn. It has 13 notches. Some say it represents the moon, fertility and abundance. This is Venus. Now, this I know for a fact. Nobody's gonna find this. Shaped like this is custom, right? It was gifted. Now, most of the time when you see this figure, it's carved in stone in the rocks. So you're not gonna see her in this 3D form like I have her. Okay, this is rare. So I'm not joking. As y'all know, y'all seen this is Artemis of Ephesus. Okay, not just like, because that's the art. Normally people think about Artemis with the bow. This is it. This is where it came from originally, right? Fertility goddess. Some people think this is breast. Like they have different thoughts on this, right? This is one. Then I'm not check this out. Now, one of my part of the snake snapped because it was sensitive when it got shipped. When I got this here, when I was moving into this place I'm in now. Long story short, these are snakes here. This is the snake goddess. This is the Minoan goddess, and they also had priestess there who would wear these outfits. I'm pretty sure y'all seen this. And this came to me because I had a vision, and I feel very connected to not only Greece but the Minoan area, like Minoans, and I feel connected to Crete and different islands out there. And I told you about my father. I'm sure my dad fell in love with there, and long story short, my dad has a strong connection there. And long story short, I'm mixed. So long story short, this is her Minoan feminine energy. And I just go on and on and on and on and on. I have a version of what I feel I see as Persephone, right? Right, and this is, y'all know, it's handcrafted. Y'all can find these typically sometimes online, whatever, the skull. And also, I have a unique kind of version of Lilith, right? I don't really have her with her typical, like, looking devilish kind of energy. I kind of have it where how I see her. This is her snakes, the owls, and just her embracing herself. She's kind of nude, but she has like a cloak on the bottom part here. Again, this is her symbol, right? I have another version of her as well, but I'm not going to share. And then we have like Ishtar, Isis, Isis, well, because how I look at it, they're very similar. It's another story for another time. Ishtar and Nana, maybe it was meant for me to channel that, but again, the lions, boom. All right, so, and I have more and more. I'm not going to keep going into this. Hold on. I just have a lot of stuff. I have so many different goddess symbolisms and from all over the world and places that I've been, but I just wanted to bring out these rare ones like this, Kaibali, Baba. And so when I tell you guys I'm practicing like ancient stuff and I'm into Babylonian things, I'm not here on no trend-setting stuff. I don't really care what people do, and I'm reading all kind of books, the history of the goddess from the Ice Age and back and all that. It tells you different things. We're reading dark goddess stuff, and also what I was talking about, the Minoans. You see this piece of the Bronze Age, the bronze, and so I got more books and more books and more books. But the thing about it is I only look at the books not because I believe every single thing. I pick up what I feel feels right in my heart. So like a lot of times when I read books, and I was like this since high school and college, right? I'm a person, I don't know why I can hold a book and I'm very sensitive, like I just, whatever vibes I get off of it. And when I read it, it's like I can pick up what the author was trying to put out. Even if the author is talking about something that has nothing to do with them, like this history of the Mother Goddess, I can really tell if they've shifted it or changed this information, right? Because even in this book that I'm talking about, even though you see the pieces of, you know, Minoans and stuff here, in Manoah, they are talking about Sumerians and all kind of stuff in this book. So long story short, I take it all, and somehow when I'm reading, it triggers like a memory. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of creepy sometimes, and I just go with it. And sometimes I get visions, and so when I see different feminines, I don't get caught up in what they look like. They can appear if they want to in a human form, brown, light, whatever. But most of the ones I've been shown are in the Mediterranean area, and so that would just tell me I have a strong connection there, and I haven't lived many lives in different places. Like what I've been shown, I've had lives in Asia, Africa, and all that. No matter what my descent is now, is mixed. I noticed my soul has calls me back to certain places. That's why I travel and stuff. So I'm just sharing this. If y'all are curious, like, why do I feel so like this? It's like, that's why I get upset when people maybe try to put me in a box. This is not what, like, I'm not just your typical, oh, I'm dedicated to Hecate, that, this and that, and the third. No, this is real. And what influenced me to look into like the great goddess, especially from the throne, when I was brought to the throne, like I told you, I had a vision like 3 years ago, and I'm down the throne, and like these spirits literally brought me to this woman, and she was heavy set like this, and she was like an olive skin tone, and not that means anything, but that's what she wanted to show herself as. She had this auburn, straight, long red hair, and she had these golden hazel looking snake eyes, and she was like, had me at the throne. She looked down at me and she just smiled, and I saw my future self standing next to her. So like, you know how people say, oh, I want to go to heaven, and oh, I think you're going to go to hell. How people have these thoughts already that where they think they're going to go. It's kind of like I already kind of feel like I know where I'm going to go. And so I'm not saying it's the best place or the goodest place, or I'm not going to say it's the worst, but whatever I saw, I saw that I was comfortable, and I'm highly protected. So if this world was to die and destroy or whatever, I wouldn't care, because like I just feel like connected more than ever did. And I'm a person, I've been in many religions and things of that nature, and I came up Christian, but this is what it is. This is my path. And so whether I do prayers, magic, heal somebody, do my tarot, whatever, I'm more than just a reader, and I'm just putting this out because my soul is trying to branch out and do something different and show y'all, like, don't take people always as face value, right? I'm into this. This is real. If y'all even saw my altar, saw anything in my house, everything in my house is extremely unique. It's not like no other, and it's not like I'm rich or have a lot of money. I definitely don't. But what the little I do have, if I have money to spare, I do save my money to get things like this, to show homage to the divine feminine. And again, I never deny the masculine within me or anything like that. I recognize both sides, shadow and light. But this is what I wanted to share, because this means a lot. Because I'm like a lot of people on what is it, TikTok, Instagram, what's the fucking YouTube. You know, again, no offense to the dark goddesses, they definitely help me. That's who's mainly pushing me, right? And there's other goddesses that are unknown that are the darker nature. But, you know, when you go on TikTok, you know, we're going to hear Hecate, which is beautiful, amazing, right? Seriously. Persephone, all that. But I'm not hearing about stuff like this. Stuff that's like buried and, you know, seem like they're never going to be resurrected. I'm not hearing about these things, guys. Right? We just see them in, you know, in books and stuff, and you're like, oh, this is mythology. But like, what would you feel if the belief that you believe in, whether it be Christianity, Islam, or Hindu, and it, one day that somebody was to say, hey, that's mythology, you know, that's what they used to believe back in 2025. It's the year 3030. We don't know what they're talking about. We have a better way with connection with source. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. People don't build temples for nothing, like in Greece or Italy or freaking Egypt or beyond, and Samaria. Those things weren't just built. So I'm a person, I dig and I learn, and when I embrace myself, and a lot of this was just really challenged to me, and I just got motivated to look into these things, and I got more to show another video, but I just had to share this. So it's kind of like a quick, you know, grown-up show and tell, you know. This is me, and so it's not a joke, it's not a game. Even my tattoos, every single tattoo is not about no show. I've had these things since I was like young, like young 20s, 19, young, right? Before I even joined the Navy. So long story short, I got the feminine on my body, I got tattoos, all that, and it's all representation, because this is what I choose to feel when I want people to see me. So blessed be.